I got in the other head.
Okay, we're live. So at this point, Paul and I really don't know what to say. So now we're just going to sing. Because that's all we know to do. Okay. And this is the only song that comes to mind.
It was requested, actually.
It was requested. Yeah. Are we ready?
Yes.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Take it from my hands, 'cause I can't do this on my own. I'm letting go, so give me one more chance to save me from this road I'm on. Jesus, take the wheel. Because it's pretty. Oh my gosh, it's pretty.
Okay, we're really going to talk.
Paul, take this mic.
Paul, take the wheel.
Come on, buddy.
Crystal wants you to take the wheel.
Oh my gosh, wait, save
That's
that.
amazing.
Save that and send it in the group chat.
Okay, guys.
That's so good.
Here you are, political father.
Videoing that. We're back. We're continuing to watch the horrifying election results.
New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin too early to call.
Waiting on Michigan,
Arizona.
New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. At this point, Trump's at 232 and Hillary's at 209. This is way closer than we expected for the evening, and way more depressing. Drunk karaoke. That is an accurate description of what just happened.
Get rid of the soft focus.
No, thank you. All right, Paul.
What do we say?
I don't know what to say. We have nothing to say. At this point, we just keep drinking more. We keep eating. We just had some American apple pie to try to comfort depressing.
So I'm starting to, me the eternal optimist, I'm starting to see a little silver lining.
Are you?
Yeah, so Trump wins,
Okay.
and, there's a theory that the whole Trump phenomenon is because of 8 years of having an African-American president. Things swing.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the biggest wake-up call for the Democratic Party
They're so
ever.
loud.
They're so loud.
Can you guys hear
Can you
us?
guys hear us? Let us know that you can hear us. You can talk. You can talk. They can talk. They can talk. They can
It's
talk.
the alcohol talking. Yeah. People are saying that perhaps you're just drunk and that this silver lining is maybe... Incidentally, our friend Caleb...
Can you hear us?
Our friend Caleb,
You can hear us.
who was challenging us and commenting that he should be commenting with us, it came over. Caleb! Caleb! This is your moment. Caleb, what do you have to say?
Get in here.
Get in
What do
here.
I have to say?
Yeah, what do you have to say?
It's time to make America great again.
Caleb.
I will say that Caleb and I met when he was just a wee 18-year-old, and Caleb cast a vote today, and great minds think alike.
That's correct.
Wait, did you vote Kasich as well?
I sure did. I wrote in Kasich.
Okay, I'm going to step out. Caleb, I want you to come in. I want you guys to explain yourself.
Okay.
Happy to do so.
Defend yourself for voting for Kasich.
Happy to do so. Who am I talking to here?
The internet.
The internet?
Like 300 people, 260.
260 people that...
That
Why do
are
they care what I think?
that no, they care. So why Kasich? Like, what was the deal with that?
Kasich is a great governor, the great state of Ohio.
Yeah.
He is a solid individual. He's Anglican, which
Yeah, he
we
is an
share
Anglican.
a
Right.
thing there.
Right.
He decided to stay above the fray.
Totally.
Which was unique at that time in the primaries.
Totally.
And even since then,
Yes.
has maintained that. And he had plenty of material,
Absolutely.
and he chose not to engage.
And he didn't ever go into it even after he lost.
No.
He never
He
went
stayed
into the
quiet.
gutter.
He stayed quiet. He wrote in John McCain. That's
He wrote in John McCain, yeah.
But he's great. I like him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, it looks like Trump's going to win, but it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, you never know, but it'll be interesting to see how someone like Kasich ends up being seen in the general population, because I don't think our country's going to become more peaceful or less divisive
I don't think
under
people
Trump.
have taken notice of Kasich, to be fair. He was... There's consequences to being appropriate, aren't there?
Yeah, you lose. Yeah.
Are there not?
I like that. There are consequences to
There
being
are
appropriate.
consequences to being appropriate.
I would never know.
nor would I. But here we are. Everybody here's sad. I'm excited.
What?
You're excited. Why are you excited?
2 reasons. One, I do think we need change, and I do think there's a lot of stuff that just needs to be broken up. And so I see it as a reset. Of course, there's a massive downside, but there is a potential reset that I like. Number 2, I actually think from this election, there's going to be a ton of young people that get into politics that would not have beforehand. And I think that's a really good thing for the future. So if you're doing the long-term play, I think it's brilliant.
That whole thing of a pendulum.
There you go.
Yeah, so Trump will swing it away from Obama.
Everything is extreme
Clinton's.
about this election. Everything's extreme.
Right.
It's outrageous, right? Yeah. But it's going to cause a bunch of 20-year-olds sitting here right now saying, okay, maybe I should run for office too.
Yeah.
And I think that's ultimately a good thing. That's my thought for the night.
It's a good
Want
thought.
to take over there?
Thank you, Caleb.
Showing up from Facebook. Okay,
Look at New Hampshire right now. It's tied. New Hampshire is just basically tied, 47 to 47%, basically.
One of the conversations we were having earlier while we weren't filming is this question of like, was Hillary the wrong person to run for the Democratic Party because there's so much bad blood between Republicans and the Clintons, you know? And I think when you really look at it, there are so many people that wouldn't vote for Hillary just because that long-standing like feeling of ill will against Clinton from the 80s.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I mean, there's nothing the Democratic Party could do. I mean, they had Bernie, but I mean,
Bernie, I mean, I love Bernie, but I can acknowledge that he was too extreme.
Right. But I mean, Hillary had this problem in 2008. I mean, she was the presumptive Democratic nominee, and here comes this young guy named Barack Obama, and she just could not close the deal during that primary. And here she is again against someone with unfavorables through the roof. There's never been a candidate for president of the United States with higher unfavorables than Donald Trump, and she can't close the deal.
That's what I'm saying. I think she can't close the deal because she's a Clinton. I think that it's just there is bias against the Clintons, and I think a candidate like Obama, who, you know, he was kind of fresh-faced, there was no scandal behind him, he was bringing in new ideas. I just feel like a candidate like him could have stood a better chance against Trump. I wonder if, you know, because he is such a bad candidate, I just feel like more Republicans would have turned for someone who wasn't a Clinton.
Right, but playing Republican devil's advocate, if John Kasich would have been the nominee, he would have pummeled Clinton. Because I remember during the primaries, you know, Trump and Clinton were tied. Kasich was always 11 or 12 points ahead because he's got such a and it just is what it is. She had the firepower, the network, whatever it takes, but she's got to have the biggest pit in her stomach ever right now.
I can't even imagine. I mean, I have friends who work for the Clinton campaign.
Look at Pennsylvania right now. Look at that. Oh, they just switched it. It's literally 48 to 48% in Pennsylvania. Tied.
You guys, look at what I've done to my manicure this evening. I've just been peeling my nails off out of stress. Also eating and drinking. I would take Michelle Obama too. There was a meme going around that I thought was so funny. It was like, can we just like cancel the election and have Obama go month to month?
Someone says, Judah, thank you. Please let Obama stay. And this is, as a Republican, one of the things I struggle with. And I understand that many people in inner cities, I understand there are pockets of this country where people are languishing. But overall, and we've talked about this before, the stock market, the Dow Jones was at 6,500 when he took office. It's at 19,000 today. Unemployment was at 10%. It's at less than 5% today. You know, we're living in peace. I mean, things aren't that bad. President Obama's approval rating is almost 60%, which is almost unheard of.
He's been an incredible president.
And I don't understand, and I know half the country disagrees with me, but why do we need this radical change? Are things that horrible?
I know, Caleb said we need change. Caleb, why do we need change?
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding. Why do we need change?
Yeah, are things that horrible? Like, are things that horrible in this country?
Depends where you work and what you do.
Yeah, explain. Why do we need change?
I don't think it's as dark as Trump portrays, but he's playing to extremes to try to awaken something that's obviously there. which is their
Like-
need for change.
The Obama presidency saw, so many things improve.
Like what?
Unemployment was at 10%. It's at 5%. The stock market was at 6,000. Now it's at 19,000. I mean, really. I mean, and people want to say those numbers are wrong, but the Department of Labor is a bipartisan organization. They don't fudge numbers like Trump says. Things could be better. Go ahead. Say it.
Well,
Just
you
say
can
it.
cherry pick unemployment, but then, not to quote Donald Trump, but if you've got all of these other things happening negatively, that
But what are the
offset
negative?
that,
Like, what are the negative things?
our economy sucks. It's grown. It's the slowest growth since what?
But don't you think, and I like your thoughts, but don't you think Obama inherited the worst economy since the Great Recession? And don't you think it's gotten?
Everybody's got an argument about that. People would say, Democrats would say Reagan was not that great with the economy. They would say Bill Clinton was the one that made it happen. George Bush would say Bill Clinton.
I hear that.
They, the 8-year
I hear that.
cycle thing.
Oh, people can't
So
hear
it's
you.
not that clean and simple.
I hear
There's
that.
no hard data on that.
Well, certainly you're right in that half the country agrees that it could be a hell of a lot better.
I think it could be better. Granted, we live in Southern California, so nothing's easy here. But it is true. I was talking to a buddy over there that doesn't want to be on the camera, who was just saying it's small, but just in 3 years.
Look at that, Kristen. Look at that.
I don't think that one will happen. But he's just talking little thing. His healthcare has gone from 0